Well, good evening, laddies, lads and lasses, and welcome to the click you smell. Absolutely astounding today, especially you, Quinn. I notice you there, Quinn. Oh yes, indeed, Quinn. Welcome to the video. So anyway, I am fresh out of the shower, and you know how I like my showers. That's right, sitting in a corner, in the dark, showering cold, of course, crying while scrolling Twitter. And then I figured out, wait a second, why not share this wonderful, blissful experience with the world? Welcome to Twitter Takes That Lowers Your IQ. I guess something like that. You know, the title is in the works, but let's dig into it together, shall we? Mwah. I think this can be considered educational. It's like if I had a math course and I just gave people everything but the right answer, and it's like if you write anything that's not this, you'll get a correct thing on the test. Think of it like that, reverse learning. Enjoy. Oh, I am so excited for this. I don't have a life. Oh!
You have more rights in Russia, China, and North Korea.
This is so out of where's this picture from? I vaguely recognize this. This just brings up more questions than it answers. I'm not sure if it went out to answer questions in the first place, but my god.
Men are really so cute sometimes. Like, they open doors for you and carry the heavy things and give you compliments and have cute smiles and make you laugh and hold your hand like, we must protect them all.
That is so sweet. Oh, more love in the world. You know, it's absolutely amazing. And you know, the honeymoon phases of relationships, it's such a good vibe.
I see my positive tweets about men and my days immediately ruined.
There we go. In the characterization of Twitter, we just cannot have nice things, can we? At least 146 killed as Halloween crowd surge turns deadly in South Korea. Oh, that's pretty dark. At least 146 killed as Halloween crowd surge turns deadly in South Korea. That sounds horrible. Is it like a stampede rush? You know, like on Black Fridays? That is atrocious.
This is unbelievably sad, and what makes it worse is that this is a holiday Korea shouldn't even have.
What? Says who?
Koreans dying for Western beliefs and tradition that aren't even theirs, and people still try to pretend there's no Western hegemony.
That's the takeaway. They shouldn't have this. But also, isn't Halloween just a pagan holiday to begin with? What is? This is so wild. Why is this the takeaway, please?
Family is a terrible way to satisfy our desire for love and care. According to the writer and academic this person, the solution: abolish it. Thread.
Wait, hold on. What do you mean abolish families? Are we gonna make family formations illegal? Is that our solution for happiness? I think relationships can go wrong in all shapes and forms. You know, you have friendships that go sour, you have family relations go sour, you have breakups in romantic relationships, but abolishing things overall because something goes bad sometimes probably isn't the way to go about it.
We can no longer legally be friends because sometimes friends turn out to be poopy. That's the solution. Yes, indeed.
Musky Husky, what lesson took you the longest to unlearn?
Having naughty activities with
kids is wrong. What do you mean? It took you the longest to unlearn? Wait, no, it's even, oh god, it's even worse. I just realized it's a double negative. So like the lesson to unlearn, and it's that this would be wrong, so oh dear, what the, I was like, this is pretty freaking bad. And it's 10 times worse, great. What, nice, god, freaking wow. I wonder if the entirety of Twitter sometimes is just a giant honeypot. You know, sometimes in law enforcement activities, someone pretends to be a honeypot. Like, you know, they're, hey, I sell the substances, and people are like, oh, heck yeah. And then, you know, they get in with it and they trick people into coming and sussing themselves out, that kind of stuff. I wonder if the entirety of Twitter is just like that. You know, you have a couple of agents tweeting really questionable things and then just see the community that shows up and just like, haha, you know? Is that is that what it is? Is it? America, after Pearl Harbor, forced them to join World War II against the fascists, and there's a crying child.
We love to brag about being the country who beat the Nazis, but it's easy to forget America actually wanted to side with the Nazis.
What on earth? What? But there was like Lend-Lease programs even before they joined in, so to say. What is this based on? I am so confused and scared. What is the best country for trans people in terms of laws and social attitudes? Cuba, Vietnam, China, and probably DPRK. okay. Probably no. I mean, to be fair, I think there are a lot of progress to be made when it comes to that topic all around the world, to be honest. But also no, please. PETA, People for the Ethical Treatment of Animals. Let's see what they have shown up with today. Oh, yes, indeed.
When you put humans in the place of a mother cow and her baby, it's painfully obvious that the dairy industry is wrong. Hashtag ditch dairy.
And here's a picture of a cow, man, and we're gonna need some censoring on that moo lady, editor. And here's the baby getting carried away. Imagine if the world was reversed and and cows were using us for our milk. PETA, I swear to God, the amount of campaigns I have seen from you that can be interpreted as some weird, like, adulty themed niche kind of creepy stuff is like mind-boggling. Are you doing this on purpose? Oh.
Period blood is blood not drawn from violence. Funny that it's also the blood that disgusts men the most.
What? Not drawn from violence? My period literally puts me in the hospital because my blood levels were too low and my cramps made me unable to go to school.
All blood is this Kustang. What the frick? I've never sat down and tried to figure out what my least favorite kind of blood is.
What is this argument? This is such a is this a discussion we're having? What? I mean, I have like a phobia for blood. I don't like it at all. Jeez, I almost passed out when I was playing, when I was trying to play the Mortuary Assistant on stream. That was not good for me. I have a bed beside me, and I literally was like, I'll be right back, chat. I'm just gonna lay down for a bit. I don't want this discussion to happen. It like gives me shivers. Just please no. Are you trying to justify / emphasize with doing harmies to an innocent child?
Yes! Harming a child isn't always a bad thing.
Let's not elaborate on that anymore. This should be shut down immediately. Thank you very much, dear frickin' some kind of deity. What?
If you want your child to eat healthy, give them the choice of a bunch of different foods. After a while of living out their desire for unhealthy foods, they will eventually grow tired of them and choose the healthy food. Simple as that.
I'm not sure if the like correction time would be fast enough, and also like just gouging down ice cream nonstop, and then just randomly, oh gee, well, broccoli sounds more appetizing. You know, kids sometimes need guidance. It's okay to let kids learn from their mistakes. You know, they shouldn't be so sheltered that they never do make mistakes. But there's also such a thing as, you know, guiding them on the general path of things, or blocking out things that are like literally dangerous. I don't think this is the way to go about it. I'm gonna be honest. Don't get your parental advice from Twitter.
Nazi uniforms are so cool. The black ones, the brown ones are bleh, hard. I wonder how many other Jew girls have at least a mild Nazi adult preference. It's probably like 1 in 100, a 3 smiley. You know in the beginning of the video when I said like crying in the corner of a cold dark shower, you know, that sounds pretty good right now. That sounds like a much more tempting activity, not gonna lie. So for those in doubt if Scott was actually racist or heavily against the LGBTQ+ community, then maybe the realization that his profile picture is vaguely shaped like a swastika. Go freak yourself, look at this running man. It's like if you think really hard and twist it a bit to the side, it's the same thing. It proves everything. Alright, I'm gonna go out and be honest here. I have no clue what the context of this is about. You know, I'm not gonna form an opinion, but if it's only based on this, the like shape of a logo, and you have twisted it and removed stuff and adjusted it so it looks like something else, it's probably not the smoking gun you think it is. You're ugly. Tone indicator?
Oh, I'm sorry. You're ugly / serious. Ah, Twitter, lifting each other up since forever. Oh, it's such a beautiful place.
Friendly reminder?
I don't think it's a friendly reminder. It's usually unfriendly reminder. It's like, I hope this email finds you unwell. Or I hope this email finds you before I do. Anyway, getting sidetracked.
Friendly reminder that you don't get to celebrate Lunar New Year unless you're literally from a country that does, or if you're invited by someone who's from a country that does.
Friendly reminder that I hereby formally invite everyone to celebrate Lunar New Year. This is beautiful. You're solving all kind of doubts and like stigmas between cultures and stuff in one fell swoop of a tweet. This is art. Musk spent 44 billion on Twitter. The world's population is 8 billion. Oh, is this really where this is going? Is it another copy pasta? He could really have given each person 5 billion. Yeah, there we go. It's the same. I feel like a check for 5 billion would blah 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 blah, and 366 replies. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that this is probably a troll bait post because I've seen this reposted
way too many times. There can't be that many people in the world that are bad at math, so I'm gonna assume it's a troll. It makes me sleep better at night, thank you.
Do men really get nervous around a woman they're really into?
Has anyone on here ever met another human being? No.
Guys, the way he asks is so polite and adorable, I'm gonna cry.
Can we please not do this? It's like, it's like, you know, someone who did a lot of horrible things. Can we not like glorify it and cutesify things? Like, it's really weird. It gives me like weird, really weird vibes. It's not cute in the least. This is the equivalent of going out into the woods and like, oh gee, it's a big brown bear. Let me pet that because it's fluffy. And then you get torn to shreds. It's like the same kind of line of logic. You probably shouldn't do it. What's one thing the 1920s had that the 2020s should bring back?
Pandemics!
Ooh, that tweet aged really well. Yum. You know when you drink some milk and it's just like lumpy and sour and like, oh my god, that really hit the spot.
Is this wine white or red? Oh, it's white and just as lumpy as milk.
Fun fact, my cousin killed 3 people, but it's also really hot, Lamau. I can fix him. I
find that incredibly wild that, you know, some people who are like inmates for doing certain horrible things get like fan mail and that kind of stuff. You know, the human race has its quirks that are really fascinating. You know, how those kind of behaviors actually survived evolution blows my mind. It's like, oh, here is someone that just casually kills people. That's something I want to be close to. How did that gene survive? How?
No matter the size of your opponent, always give it your all.
Oh, look at this, the Karate Kid and teacher.
Yeah, take that, kiddo!
Yes, indeed, welcome to the real world, but no one gives a shit. To be honest though, one important lesson I learned when I was doing martial arts, I think I started when I was 12, and I kept going until I was 20 maybe? Something like that. Is that body weight has such a massive impact on combat ability. It's absolutely bonkers. One really good thing I would advise most people is like do a couple of classes of boxing or martial arts or something like that to get like a feeling what it's like when you're facing off to someone. Because I get the feeling, and this is not a call out to anyone specifically, but in general, what I have experienced after those years of martial arts, most of the people that pick like random fights for no reason at pubs or do really stupid things and try to escalate things are people who have actually never been in a proper fight or don't know what it's like or the potential consequences, etc., etc. Educate yourself, it's good. And if nothing else, it's for self-defense. It's a good thing. And also kind of teaches you to de-escalate things, I suppose. It's a good thing to have tried, for sure. Twitter is objectively the worst site on the internet.
Why are you on it then?
BDSM furry adult content. What the frick? You asked the question. You asked it and you got an answer from someone who already hates the site. What could possibly keep them here? That's right. Oh yes, indeed. Do you also think it's the worst site now? Welcome to hell.
I can't believe I had a face as a child where I would send my grandpa jump scare videos in hopes of her dying so I could get the will faster.
You know, kids don't always have all their, you know, empathy stuff developed at a certain age, right? You know, that kind of stuff. Kids are little monsters sometimes. But I don't, this is a new one. Oh, lordy. Crayola. Oh, crayons. I love crayons. Black. And here's the Spanish word for black that I'm not going to say out loud because Twitter's gonna have a field day with taking things out of context. It is Spanish.
No, it's racist.
Time to cancel Spanish. I don't think I've ever heard of a whole language getting cancelled. But you know, everything has a first time, right? Oh, Twitter, you can do it. I believe in you.
Hi, my name is Emily. But my OW name is
something that I am never gonna say out loud in my entire life. Thank you, Emily. May death come to your family. Wholesome online interactions. Ah, the forefathers of the internet, we're really making them proud, aren't we? Oh, yes, indubitably.
I'm sorry. I can't draw. I can't do anything. My boyfriend died days ago of COVID and I just found out. I can't do anything. I never got to say goodbye.
That is so tragic. I wish you the best in recovering. Oh my god.
Damn, that sucks. Post feet.
You see, no, that's no. Should probably like let your own feet touch grass or something. That's probably the better idea. My dad died. Thanks for this. And here's a little emoji response that's also like a ratio. This is top Twitter engagement. God, what a mistake of a website.
If and the bro tell me he don't smoke, that's a little fruity.
Fellas, is it gay to not want lung cancer? Maybe this is the correlation the conspiracies are talking about. They're turning the younger generations gay. It's because they're not smoking. Oh, yes indeed. That adds up, Steve. Nailed it. Free Palestine. Yo broke but always want something for free. I can't tell if it's like an honest misunderstanding of formulation or if it's I don't know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
Life is short. Go ahead and cheat on him, sweetheart.
Can I cheat on her?
No!
I see, yes indeed. Dating advice from Twitter. Oh, the only place to get healthy advice from Yas Slay Queens. I must say though, I don't think I've ever seen a website that so often conflates like just regular douchebaggery with like empowerment as Twitter does. It's it's kind of astounding. Y'all, this is insane. 2 months, 2 years, 4 years. Oh my god. Oh, that's like that's kind of impressive.
This is literally terrorism.
I mean, if you live in an apartment below the family, I guess, yes, sort of. That I can see that. But apart from that, what? What? Your rap name is Lil, and then the last thing you did the self-naughties to.
Lil girls.
Oh, wait. Notice. Sometimes it's good to not hit send, you know? I miss the days before the internet, man, when I was like, I don't know, really small and eating mud as a hobby. Those were the days, man.
Feeding time for Princess again. I really just love watching it get bigger from my blood.
I'm not gonna show this because this gives me the creeps myself, but they have a what's it even called? Blodigel? What's that? Leech. Yeah, that's what it's called in English. They have one of those as a pet with a little ribbon on it, and you know it needs to eat sometimes, and that's the context of the post. I feel like my disappointment in humanity is just absolutely immense sometimes.
Rest in peace to our friends that passed away at a young age. We ain't forget about y'all.
Oh, that's sweet.
Girls, get the best adult toy here! Wow!
I swear, like the contrast between like sponsored replies on hit tweets is just the most staggering thing ever. And I also find it so impressive how like shameless the companies are as well. It's like, oh, here's a tweet about people dying. Put an adult toy on it, Steve. Heck yeah, marketing. When I usually do sponsors and stuff, you know, there's usually some requirements. It's like, oh, don't put this in something that's too controversial and that kind of stuff. You know, it's usually has some kind of standards, not as much as YouTube demonetization guidelines claims it is, but you know, it has some kind of standards. This would probably not be too great. Oh God. Okay, now farts. Sniff, 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 yes. Ooh, woof, 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 woof. Giggles. You like that? Farts again. You know, nuclear war doesn't sound so bad, fam. The year is 1850. You have $50. What are you buying? You! 69 likes. Yay.
People with siblings, what's your thought on the loving with family? Oh God.
It's the purest form of love.
Bruh, my excited butt could not have a sister for real crying emojis. The discourse is just astounding on Twitter sometimes. I feel like this video was just a massive mistake, but here we are, fam. We've gone this far. Let's
Oh. Sweet home Alabama. Your brain is largest when you are 13. 13 and 14-year-olds are best at several types of cognitive tests, literally better than any other age group. The facts are clear. People just refuse to accept them.
What is this? What's the context of this? What is it trying to justify? Was it arguing against? This gives me very strange vibes, but also, if I remember correctly, brains develop until roughly the age of 25. Until then, you're pretty moldable, if that makes the case. I don't think anyone is arguing that 13, 14-year-olds are like hyper mature. It's like, oh gee, here's a 30-year-old with experience. Not all 30-year-olds are mature and stable, but you know, for the most part, here's a 30-year-old that blah 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 blah. No. This 13-year-old here, they know what's up. Dude, I remember what I was like when I was 13. It's you're a child, man. You're a child. Kyle's real name is Wendy, and she is not 18, but 26, female to male transgender. Kyle, aka Wendy, is a police officer in real life. The whole courtroom was stage. The same with Alex Jones' stage trial, ordered to pay $1 billion for talking about Sandy. And here's the pictures. This is... I kind of want to invent some sort of AI that just seeks out the most wild conspiracies on the internet and just compiles it in like a sensible way and like tries to draw up a logical map of it. That would be the most amazing collection of, well, data ever. It would be fascinating.
I would rather date someone that does naughty things to animals than someone that eats them.
Is this another PETA take? This feels like a PETA take.
Getting mad at your partner because they cheated is kind of polyphobic.
Well, that's a strange blanket statement, but it completely depends on the relationship you have. If both of you have agreed before you get together into your relationship that, hey, we are polyamorous and we want to experiment with other people, and we talk about it and both are comfortable with it, there you go. Then, of course, backtracking on that fact might be questionable depending on how the conversation has gone beforehand. But if you agree it's cheating, and you are exclusive and then do it, it's not polyphobic. That would be like claiming, you know, a gay couple is heterophobic, or just loving someone is phobic towards, you know, whatever dynamic it isn't. You know, it's a weird blanket statement to make, and it feels like it's just there to excuse a bunch of things. Is being intimate with another person cheating? Is sexting cheating, for example? Is simply looking at adult films cheating? It depends on what premise you have set in your relationship, and it's up to the people in the relationship. So blanket statements like this are a little bit weird. You know, as long as both people agree to the premise of the relationship, they're consenting adults and blah, 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 then go for it. It's perfectly fine. But people are different, and that is beautiful. Chicago woman arrested for dismembering a landlord's body after getting an eviction notice. The body of the landlord was found in her freezer. This is some freaking Dexter stuff.
Sounds like self-defense to me.
Okay, landlord jokes and, housing market and stuff, it's one thing, and I usually engage in those kind of jokes. It's funny, but there's a time and a place, and this is probably not the one. All human life is sacred. We are entitled to basic dignity, no matter how far we've fallen. We all deserve a helping hand. Working 40 hours a week retail, minimum wage, no benefits, 75% of the population. Retail workers are fascists. Whoa, what? Wait, what? Retail work isn't a proletarian labor. Retail work being the lowest level of rentier, collecting scraps of rent. Go get a real job instead. You wouldn't be so full of hatred for your fellow man. But who would, if you want people to get a real job, who would do the retail work? How would, the whole industry of, providing goods even function, And what do you decide what a real job is? Ah, Jesus Christ. And don't agree with, that is 18 plus content. Are they 18?
You don't gotta be 18 plus content. It's pretty obvious by now.
Obvious to, what is this? I would say it's pretty obvious. It's pretty freaking obvious. You gotta be this tall to go on this ride. You're not that tall, then you don't go on the ride. It's a pretty easy metric.
If a man leaves you after you've cheated, he clearly wasn't a real man. Real men would work through it and help you become a better woman. They accept you with all your flaws.
There's a lot of takes about this kind of stuff online. But if you want to insult people's, self-worth and that kind of stuff, and then say that they should be a complete pushover and accept whatever BS you pull, otherwise they are less worthy or something like that. This just sounds so incredibly manipulative. Stop. Please. No, don't put this into the world.
My specific brand of racism is falling in love with a black woman, marrying her, having 2 to 3 mixed-race kids with her, and raising them in a loving home. It destroys the culture because they will actually have a father. Thus making those children white. Checkmate! N-word.
I am used to seeing a lot of things online, and there are some things that still leave me flabbergasted. This is definitely one of those things. Wow.
How to steal someone's boyfriend, a thread. Everyone knows that all the good men are in relationships. The available men are available because that's something wrong with them. That leaves you, a single woman with a desire to start a family with only one option, stealing someone else's boyfriend.
I think this is a parody tweet because I've seen some other stuff with a profile picture I recognize, and I think this is a follow-up to another parody. I'm not entirely sure, but I think it is, and it's kind of funny if it is a parody. I remember those like old comics I used to see like 10 years ago. It was like, oh, a toilet is either busy or it's full of poo. It's like, okay, it's like one of those old like boomer comics, but if it is a satire, good bait. Heck yes.
I value animal life over white humans, but people of color and animals are the same level of valuable.
Oh, you made a lot of interesting takes here. So first, you say that white people are worth less than animals, and then you say that people of color are animals. You just pissed off everyone, didn't you? Whose side are you on? Well, nobody's, obviously. I'm not racist, I just hate everyone. Humanity. Oh dear. Huffington Post. Could a small nuclear war reverse global warming? Nuclear war could reverse global warming. I suppose, you know, they say that every cloud has a silver lining, but I'm not so sure they're talking about a mushroom cloud in that saying. There is a difference.
I just accidentally sent co-workers furry naughties. I hate iPhones. No! I just checked my text and sent it to my boss too because of that stupid iPhone quicksend feature. No.
I mean, maybe you make unexpected friends in the workplace, you know? Workplaces are usually pretty stiff, and, you know, you talk about what you did last weekend about 15 times, Monday to Tuesday, and this could shake things up. For the better? Questionable, but it will definitely shake things up. Thanks to COVID, there is no shortage of freshly buried bodies to feast on. # Werewolf Wednesday. Okay, well, I think... no.
Hot take. You're not bi unless you're into masculine dudes. Wanting to do naughty things to women and T-words is the same as being straight, or a lesbian if you're a woman.
Fellas, is it straight to be gay? Seriously, imagine gatekeeping bisexuality? This is the whole reverse. Now we've seen everything. Oh, I am so happy, not because of the tweet, but now we've seen the entire spectrum. So we know that we're not the ones that are going nuts. It's amazing. We've both seen the thing like, if you like two feminine women, that's gay. And then we've also seen the like, oh my god, masculine, if you're straight to be gay. Oh my god, I have collected in these videos the entire spectrum of the human experience. Or at least the most outrageous parts of it. But that is an achievement, I think. Yesterday, my hairdresser asked me what I did for a living, and suddenly I saw all the adult stuff I've ever drawn flash before my eyes. I did draw pee-pee! This is when your online life clashes with real life and you're like, oh no, I touched grass, what have I done? Oh, that's oh dear. Stop using GIFs and reaction memes that feature black people if you aren't black. I see. Segregating GIFs. That's how we fight racism nowadays. That's good. This tweet was deleted by the tweet author. I stand by my tweet, but some fricker with this profile picture liked it, so I'm deleting. And it's an anime profile picture. Online culture it has really devolved over the past half decade or so.
Attention! All anime girls are straight, all anime girls are Christian, all brown anime girls are tan, anti-anime is anti-white. Thank you for listening. We demand pay. What on earth is this on about? What is it even? Oh god, I feel so lost. I feel like a little puppy that's just wandered into some weird stinky swamp and I don't know how to get out. My mom hates me for wearing diapers and tries to condemn me for it because it's not normal. Pissing my pants is her standard of normal, I guess. No, that's not the other toilet. Bathroom. That's like the other that's the other option. Yes. Why don't they make chew toys for adult humans? I used to chew on my ex's forearm. He had an injury and had sustained nerve damage, so he couldn't feel it. It was the best stress reliever, and one of the few things of his worthless butt was good for.
I guess it's a win-win or something. It's okay. Netflix. You are in a Beastar's love triangle and have to make a choice. Which good boy do you go with? The smooth deer or the musky husky? I can't believe that I just witnessed Netflix tweeting the phrase musky husky. Netflix. What are you... You're really making these tweets trending in certain cultures, aren't you? Oh yes, indeed, Netflix. You have been a musky husky indeed.
I love Asian people. You wouldn't know how many times I've done the self-naughties in a non-naughty way to them. Please inform yourself.
Okay, what do you mean that you have done the naughty stuff in a non-naughty way? How does that work? I mean, I don't know if it's something you should like write out. Probably not.
If you think astrology is stupid, you're actually just a misogynist.
Is this still going? Oh, okay, the tweet is a bit old. Thank God. But I've seen this so many times. I don't know why. If you actually look at the statistics about it, do you know what the fascinating part is? The majority of women don't believe in it either. But even it's such a weird connection. Stop. I really miss this feeling. Look at the theater and I mean, maybe not the complete mess, but like the popcorn smell in cinemas is a certain like unlocked nostalgia memory. When I used to work in a theater, I used to eat any popcorn left on the floor. How much do I need to pay to draw Joe Biden as a goth femboy? Oh gee, you know what that is? That is enough internet for today. Thank you so much for watching this atrocious video and looking at these amazing learning subjects with me and going through the most beautiful parts of humanity. Thank you so much for tuning in. You amazing being. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day and I will see you in the very near future. Take care. Mwah.